Invest, don't buy the spot, protect your neck. You'll get wrecked, bet, first connect the dots. Price action, we not acting, espresso shot. Damn working, we networking, espresso shot. Hot one, shotgun, espresso shot. The host with the most, sounds about to give it all he's got. Stop it, time for espresso shot. Knock it, brew it up and get it hot. Stop it, you talking to the kettle pop. Stop it. Alpha, we gon' set it off. Movie up a double shot. Shot is on the clock. With his faces every day. Anything you better not. Conversations everywhere. They never stop. Have a little medicine. Get a prop. Press play every day. Follow to the chopper spot. Yeah, with my friends transforming like the auto bottle. Bottom to the top. We gon' spread it like a lot of sauce. Candles, red mix. One of these has gotta pop. Price action. We not acting, espresso shot. Damn working, we networking, espresso shot. Hot one, shotgun, espresso shot. The host with the most, songs are dropping that espresso shot.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Espresso Shot, your favorite late morning show on the East Coast. Early as fuck in Hawaii. I'm probably gonna say that for like another week before I really push that off. Because let me tell you all right now, there is no aloha happening right now in Hawaii. There's only happening right now in Hawaii. If you don't know what that was a snore. That was a fucking snore. Because that's exactly what I was doing at this time in Hawaii. But anyway, that being said, you guys know the usual vibes. Go ahead, show some love in the comments. Let's retweet all the usual shit. We're streaming right now. I'm looking right at the camera. We're streaming. We are finally working our way up to doing more than just one stream a week. Big Neil, get your ass up here immediately. No, but in all seriousness, we got a lot going on. I was just on a Spaces this morning. I haven't been doing Spaces before the Espresso Shot. For a lot of different reasons, but mostly because I roll out of bed usually around just about 30, 40 minutes before the show starts. I get my coffee, I do. It's a lot happening. But that being said, we are going to start waking up earlier because your boy has to do office hours a little bit earlier. We got calls. We can't be doing calls at midnight to 1 a.m. anymore. We got to do them a little bit earlier now. So, that being said, go ahead and retweet the room, show some love in the comments. I got some things I want to talk about. I just came over from Metaverse Johnny Spaces. Really great topics happening over there. Really implore everyone to try and find spaces outside their own echo chambers. Because I was saying it yesterday, there's a lot of fun, a lot of engagement farming. Someone DM'd me and said, where is it? I don't see any of it. And I'm like, okay, well, we're all in our own little echo chambers. Some of us have picked the worst ones. Some of us have picked the best ones, So make sure you pick yours accordingly. But that being said, let's check in with Shotgun, who's got a fucking GM cap on. Shotgun, what's good, baby?
Yo, GM, everybody. I'm doing great. By the way, this cap, shout out to Serial Club, man. They sent me like a fuck ton of gear for no reason. Omer is the homie. So he hooked me up with like a bunch of t-shirts and caps and whatnot. So shout out to him. But damn, I feel so much better now because Maximus just pulled up to stream with Polygon t-shirt, and this man's like completely on brand. I love it. But yeah, man, I went to sleep at like 4 a.m. my time, so I feel amazing. Like I drank like 5 espressos already just to make sure I'm on brand, and I feel amazing. Feel great. But if you're here for the first time, this is the Espresso Shot. We go live every day, Monday through Friday. 11:30 a.m. Eastern, all the way to 1 p.m. So if you haven't yet, Sansa was kind of lazy to say it, but I'll say it. Bottom right corner, drop some retweets, drop some likes, drop some comments. Me, Sansa, and Big Neil, we're all over them comments, retweeting, show me love. You guys already know. But just reinforcing the idea, this is not like a back and forth type Spaces. If you're here, you want to chime in the conversation, pull up to speak, just request, we'll get up to you ASAP. And if you can't for some reason, always feel free to plug in comments. We're always reading them. But without further ado, let me check in with the man, the myth, the legend, the Polygon himself, Big New. What's good, brother? GM.
Oh man, GM, my friends, I'm having a great week so far. I told Sansa, man, it just, sometimes you feel like you've reached the top, and then you realize you look up and the mountain's a little bit taller. It's just a little bit taller, and that's good, man. I love the grind, and I love the challenge of what this ecosystem provides us for. Every single day, we have the opportunity to grow, to change, to learn more things. And that's the most exciting thing for myself on this Polygon ecosystem. I mean, every day you're hearing something from the team. You're hearing a new build come out. And the vibes stay consistent out here on Purple. I tell you, man, everybody, if you're not in the stream right now, okay, you should be in the stream. Because honestly, I'm Polygoned up. That's that embroidered Polygon logo, right? That one was ordered off Etsy. I'll be honest.
Y'all miss Big Nil flashing us too.
I got the purple shorts rocking. So we got the short shorts from Lulu. You know how it is. And then these beautiful, I'm going to get a Charlie horse, purple Polygon socks. I mean, live your brand out here, ladies and gentlemen. And if you aren't doing that yet, I highly encourage you to do so, because just makes it that much more authentic when you've got a piece of beautiful merchandise hanging on to you. The socks were not ordered. That was a gift, actually. So I will say that some of this stuff was acquired by love. Some of it was acquired by force. But in this life, you got to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So with that being said, we got some amazing people who have already hopped in our space. If you have experience in the purple ecosystem that we call Polygon out here, feel free to shoot us a like, shoot us a retweet. I know we have a bunch of Discords that we can pop off in for our community members. And if you're new to Polygon, also welcome. This is how we do things over here. And this is why we want to grow and invite you into this warm, welcoming ecosystem. So Sansa, back to you, my friend.
Yo, real quick, I just want to say, name somebody else that got some Poly socks. I dare you.
Yeah. Shotgun, you know how I told you like 3-4 feedback sessions ago, you always sound angry, even if you sound like you're in a good mood. Yeah, that's happening again. So let's, maybe instead of 5 special shots, we go 3 or 4, just maybe. It's
You know
funny,
what? I'll grab another one just for sake of it. If you want to see it, if you think I'm capping, just go on stream. I'm actually making another one.
The fact that this, because you look at him on camera, my man's smiling, got the biggest smile. He's doing great. He's thriving. But if you're only on the spaces, it sounds like there's an angry beast behind the screen who just wants to fucking murder you in every way possible. So yeah, that. But hey, the good news is I can be transparent as I want with him, and he can take it. And so that is a quality that no one else has. So shout out to Shotgun for that. I can literally say, hey, your voice sucks. Just do better. He would go to a voice coach and do better in some way, shape, and form. But it doesn't. Shotgun, you're okay. You're good. You just sound angry. That's really the only. But look. Besides that, we're streaming. We're on stream. Chris has put it up on top. Yes, we are doing Tuesday. And depending on today it goes, we might be doing Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to be trying to get some guests on. We understand that not everyone loves streaming, or not everyone is suited for it, obviously, right? If you're like, what does that mean, Sansa? Well, what that means is that you can just be really fucking boring on video. All right. Chris is like, Jesus, my guy's going all out. And it's true, though. It's true. There is a talent to being able to moderate the spaces and be entertaining and not boring on video. So that being said, if you didn't know that, maybe it's time to start practicing it if you want to start putting in the reps. I'm going to switch my phone to in front of my computer so I don't hurt my fucking neck turning back and forth between the camera and looking at the phone. Shotgun just showed me a bowl of espresso, so that's great. But let's check in with Chris real quick, the fucking producer of the espresso shot. My man, what's good?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something as I do it, but we officially are purple. We're purple on the stream, so we are polygoned out. If you didn't see that right now, you missed out. You're not going to make it. So definitely hop on, say something embarrassing about Sansa, myself, Shotgun, or Big Nil, and we will promptly highlight that comment right across the stream. So if you want that moment, if you want that little giggle, go get it. All right, that's it. Let's go.
We need to keep our people accountable out here, you know, and I think this is that next level of accountability, if you will, because if it gets caught on stream, fam, it's embedded in it for life. I think we're going to start minting these things, NFTs. They'll be on the blockchain forever. And we all know that we can't get rid of them at this part. So freaking love what you're doing, Chris. Obviously, I've been just preaching what you do to a lot of my humans out here because we know, again, everyone knows that I rock with the purple wave. Everyone knows I push P all day long, but we can always get better at stuff, right? And when I have conversations with people like Smokey and Metaverse Johnny and all these people that are really deep integrated into our ecosystem, they agree. We need to get better at this portion of it. We need to have our faces out there. We need engaging content. We need to learn how this algorithm truly works. And that next level of it is something building it with quality. And Chris, what you're doing, my friend, I'm excited to see it continue to grow and just really happy to be a part of it all. Humbled to be next to such an amazing builder such as yourself, man. So let's keep growing and grinding together, man. It's been an awesome day so far. Sansa, what we got on the table first?
Yeah, no, we got a lot. Well, I keep saying we got a lot, but really the reality is it's just all in my head, and my head is small and it feels like a lot in there. But really, just a couple of things that I just want to bring up. First of all, shout out to my man Big Nil for for literally not even flinching when he got brought up on the main screen. Because let me tell you, the first time Chris did that to me, I was shook. I was like, I forgot about everything and anything that I was gonna say. Hey, so shout out to you for not even skipping a fucking beat. But one thing I wanted to bring up, and this is more so coming over from Johnny's Spaces that Big Nil was also co-hosting, and then I'll go into what I initially wanted to talk about this morning. And this is from Jonah's mouth, I believe. There seems to be specific regulations kind of seemingly to be put in place. I think, I don't know if it's according to Google or something that Google is going to make that move to, is basically that if Web3 gaming, you might have to classify that you have specifically that you have NFTs in your game. And that seems a little bit like, kind of pisses me off, I'm not gonna lie, right? Because our solution was, we're gonna say digital this, digital that, in order to overcome that initial problem of the stigma that's attached to NFTs, right? Oh, NFTs are a scam. Oh, crypto's a scam, yada, yada, yada. We saw it happen with the Izuki anime trailer as well. Another great example. Everyone loved it. It was, I can't wait for this anime. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Lord, give me this anime. And then moment NFTs, fuck this is a scam. Fuck you, fuck that person, fuck the next person, fuck this person, that, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you though. And then it's just like all that. And it's just, I hate that. But it felt like the biggest and the best solution was we're just going to find a loophole around the terminology. But now, the fact that there might be regulation imposed upon us to say specifically, yes, this is an NFT, right? And so, Shotgun, Big Nail, I'm interested in how your takes on this a little bit, and then we'll take this back to the initial topic that we were going to bring to the table a little bit. But go ahead, Shotgun.
No, I mean, absolutely. Like, first and foremost, I feel like it really ties a lot with what we were talking with Planet X on Monday. Because when I asked them about Web3 gaming, right? Because they're a gaming project after all. So like when I touched on Web3 gaming, they were like, nah, there's no such thing as Web3 gaming. Games are just games. And that's what I feel like we should get at. Like, there's no such thing as NFT game or Web3 gaming. There is a game that should be able to stand on its legs by itself. And Web3, NFTs, all that is just the underlying technology. It's not just something that is there to enhance the experience. And I feel like we should start approaching it more because truth is, last bull run, people were able to sell those products simply because they were Web3 games. And like the users, they were just there because they wanted to make a bag. So right now, as there aren't opportunities for people to make a bag, I feel like, these teams, they should be focusing more on the product itself and use the technology not as a means of like attracting people for awards, but just making the gaming experience itself better. Because just like the Counter-Striker thing that you were talking about, like people pay crazy amounts of money for skins, for knives, for items and whatnot. And like all of that would not be able to happen if people didn't love the game. Like they're spending the money in there because they spend so much time on that game that they want to have the best possible experience. So I feel like that's the approach that more projects should be touching at. And I apologize if I monologue, but that's how I feel about it. A little bit of Cincinnati here and there, but we good.
No, I just want to follow that up a little bit also, Shotgun. And you made a bunch of good points. And I think that it comes down to, like, how do we ensure that we provide these people an onboarding method, but also build trust, right? Because we're not out here to like fib about our goals, right? Like I understand that, and people that are really integrated into the Web3 side of gaming, they look at it when you have that conversation about like we don't need to call them NFTs, we don't need to call them this or that. They look at that kind of as like, oh, dude, why are you lying to the people out here? You know, I don't think that's the point. Right. I think that a lot of our people, and if you built a big gaming ecosystem and you're invested in this place, good chance is you're going to stick around because you put a lot of work into that bad boy, right? You put a lot of work into the intrinsic nature of what gaming is, making it fun, engaging a community. There's so many more layers to a gaming project than just a regular like PFP project, right? But what it comes down to is how do we make sure that we educate our people effectively so that we dispel the nature of what some of these issues are, right? There's a reason why people hate the term NFTs, right? There's a reason why when I bring up NFTs to like my real friends know I do this, right? Like my close homies, they know that I'm involved in this. They know that this is my life now. I'm invested. I'm living double lives right now. It's fine. It's good. I like that. I like being, to be honest, everyone calls me Nil, so like it's not that much different for me. But when I talk to like real humans, like say that I'm on a lacrosse field and the kid like asks like, oh, like Nil, what do you do for a living? And I tell them about Web3, I tell them about NFTs. They get so confused and they instantly ask like, oh, nice. Like you have an ape, right? And it's like this one thing. And you're like, dude, like I appreciate that. And I'm glad you know like something other than nothing. But at the same time, it has a connotation. You know, it has a negative kind of influence on our population right now. So we got to do our best, man. We're out here on Twitter. We're out here grinding for like our internal community. We need to get external at some point, right? You talk about stuff that's happening in the government. You talk about the stuff that's really affecting our ecosystem. We need to commit to those things. And maybe, again, I don't think that there's a negative conversation that we can have with this. We need to get closer to a greater truth on Web3. That's why we are in these spaces. That's why we talk the way that we do. So we can get there, so we can get all these other people to see the value that we see, because we know what it is over here, man. It's more than just tech. It's more than just pretty PFPs. It's an education. It's a vibe. It's the future of how we should work as a society together, man. I'm on a ramble, but it gets me going so much, and I appreciate you all for listening to that ramble. We got some really intelligent people in our space here today. Thank you all for coming out to the Polygon Shot. Been rocking and rolling for about 22 minutes, and if you enjoy what you're hearing here, I encourage you all to give us a like, give us a retweet, drop a comment down below. We want to discuss what you want to hear about. We're not just up here to be talking heads and do all that thing. We're more here to make sure that you all feel value in this space each and every day, and that's our entire goal, family. So appreciate you all for rocking and rolling with us. Sansa, what else we got here today?
Yeah, no, I love it. We got a couple things, three things. I was gonna go through a weather report, but I don't want to take up more time talking more and more. So we'll just keep it short. I mean, in terms of like, I haven't set the coins in a really long time, but I wanna just do like a quick, more calm rundown of it. Right, we got Bitcoin $29,000 down 2% in the last 7 days, nothing too crazy. And we got Ethereum at 1860, about down another 2.5% as well. And then we got Solana at 2494, up from the last time I've said it, which was a while ago. It's also up 7% in the last 24 hours, but in the last week is down about 5.2%, right? And by the way, just assume that I'm reading off of the weekly forecast, because that's something that I like to look at rather than the last 24 hours, because I have not been trading as aggressively as I would like, right? And by that, I mean, I have not been trading, period. It just seems to be that when, you get a little busy with other shit, you just don't have the time to be sitting at a screen watching every single little move. So, and then we got Matic at 71 cents, down 2.6% in the last week, but up just a little bit in the last 24 hours. And I think overall, I think the last time I read it, I obviously was joking that like it fell out of the weather report, but it's okay. It's okay. We won't make that joke today, even though I just said it. I think last time we read it was about a month or so ago, and it was about 55, 60 cents. So still up a good amount, even if you were able to buy the absolute dip. Not the I bought the dip, but the dip keeps dipping. But anyway, that being said, I want to kind of jump really quickly to a few things. A billionaire got arrested for sharing insider information today. Joe Lewis was charged with insider trading in the U.S. When he passed insider information from companies in which he was an investor into his friends and family and whatever. And you know what his mistake was, guys? He forgot to say it was alpha. He forgot to say that it was alpha. Because when you say that it's alpha, it's okay. It's not insider information anymore. It's just alpha. That's it. That is the Web3 logic that we seem to have. Oh, it's alpha. Oh, okay, cool. So it's alpha. Okay, so that means you're just passing along this. But anyway. So that's just one. Another one is apparently a recession is at least a year away. You all thought we were at the bottom. Apparently, this is not according to me. I'm reading all this through Unusual Whales. And so take that information what you will. And then also on top of that, the Big Short investor, I forgot his name, mentioned that there seems to be no indication of a recession happening right now. So, it seems to line up. Could be misdirection by the government. I don't know. I'm not here to jump into a conspiracy rabbit hole. Just saying that is not unheard of. And then finally, Netflix said, you know what? Let's draw some inspiration from Black Mirror. That's a great idea, right? They listed a 900,000 AI job as actors and writers continue to do a strike. Yeah, they were like, ooh, you know what? Black Mirror might have something. They might have something in mind. Let's use that as inspiration. We were all thinking Terminator so much, we didn't even think Black Mirror. That's what's actually going to happen. So anyway, that being said, let's pass it off to Waj, the lawyer of the Espresso Shot, see if he got anything else to add in terms of macroeconomic crisis or Web 2 in general. I'm sure he's got his own take as well. Waj, what you got?
Nothing to add. You did a fantastic job, Sansa. Sounds like somebody's been reading his morning paper during his coffee. So kudos to you. Question though, you were talking about the Google, I think you said Google Play Store or whatever, maybe it was Apple, with the making you like flag it as an NFT game. Where did you see that? I wanted to read that because I didn't see anything like it.
So Sandra's drinking water right now, so I'm going to talk for him. He didn't see it yet. I believe that Jonah actually clued us into it in the previous space that we were in. Because we were up downstage talking, we were discussing like, hey, let's make these things more transparent, but also let's make sure to onboard effectively and meet in the middle somewhere. And that's when Jonah brought up, like, I think it was 2-3 weeks ago that from what he said, was 2-3 weeks ago that announcement actually went out, Wash.
All right. It's interesting because, I mean, I wonder how they would enforce that, right? Because if I, create, and obviously it's only for a mobile game, but like, I'll just call it a digital collectible, or I'll say you can, own your assets, or just use some other terminology, not call it an NFT. Like, how would they even ever enforce that throughout the thousands of apps that would be created would be the question.
So I think that they're talking more about it from the approval standpoint, like prior to you all getting involved or getting onto the Google Play Store, that there would be like a review, like all these apps and stuff. Like I know Running Pops just talked about it, that they've had meetings with Apple App Store or Google Play a lot, and there's a lot of like things and hoops you got to jump through to get onto those platforms, right? So I think it's in that initial review where they dive into what you're actually doing with a little bit more specifics, and then they see like, hey, this is a red flag to us. This is what you're classifying it as, where it actually should be classified in this direction. I don't know, Mark, you got more information on that, Running Pops?
Yeah, so basically we pushed the game live, okay, on the web, and we did a replica on the app on the mobile. So basically our apps are already live since November 2022. Now we're pushing the blockchain update. So basically we had in the setting the digital asset section, where the user collect inside the game some assets and he trade them like the usual thing. So basically, they rejected the first time. When we asked them, they said you should name them in-app purchases because they will be tradable inside the game. Okay, people will pay money for this, and you cannot pay in Matic, in Solana, in USDT, or anything. So basically, if I want to send you, for example, this buy it from you. If I want to buy it from you, I should pay you in USD. So this is the first one. The second regulation, it was on the characters inside the game. We have a section for the NFT character, the communities that we integrated inside the game from Polygon. Let's say the Turians or Drill Club, etc. We couldn't add the name NFT characters inside the game. So we removed NFT, we added characters. So there is many points that they are talking about us. They sent us an email with all the modifications that we should follow. And to be quite honest, it's a Web2 game. It will be a Web2 game. It will not be a Web3 game because all the blockchain technology things were removed. So hopefully we can reach someday where we can reach where we can push our games live into a nice platform, to be quite honest.
I totally agree with you. And I think that, again, like we say the thing like we're so early, we're so this, we're so that. We need these proofs of concept, man. I mean, obviously you all having a ton of success, 10,000 Web3 users, jumping into their ecosystem, having fun, winning prizes. That's great on our internal sense. But what we need is massive billion-dollar organizations betting on this stuff, just like we are, right? You can talk about like Nike, and you can talk about Starbucks, you can talk about Mercedes and all these, Gucci. You can talk about all these brands that have jumped in, but that's from the branding perspective, right? Not as much from that gaming commitment to the long term. And we saw the issue with Activision recently. Activision said they were going on and they weren't, and there was this middle ground. And then you saw the issue with Fortnite and Minecraft. Minecraft totally shut down the NFT conversation.
Bro, Minecraft. Yeah. Well, that was going to be my only thing I was going to bring up. That was a fucking bloodbath.
Yeah.
Every Minecraft type project basically just went to zero like an hour after that article came out.
That was terrible for the projects that like committed to that, right? And they had to evolve and do some different stuff, and people got burnt, right? And you know what's the worst part about
people? I was holding like an NFT that was worth like 1 ETH, and that single announcement came out. My bags went to like 0.1 instantly. That was crazy.
Wait, Shotgun.
I've been a better intro than I'm people.
It's me. I'm people. Wait. I have to know, Shotgun. Were you like at the beach and you decided, let me check my OpenSea. My bags are up. Life is great. I have at least 1 ETH worth of NFTs, and you just see a fucking 0.000. That dreaded third zero that we all hate to see. Is that what happened? Or did you?
Bro, I'll be completely honest. I don't even remember where I was, but I remember that like I minted this project like in the last bull run for like 0.06 ETH. And that shit was up until like 0.8, 0.9. I could have sold for a beautiful profit. I had like 10 or 13 of those. And like I could have sold for like almost 1 ETH each. And then all of a sudden they went back to like 0.08, 0.07. I was so pissed, bro. You do not imagine.
Yeah, dude, that's
So
yeah, go ahead, Big. No, I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, Shotgun did come in with the most fire interruption that's ever happened on this show. So that was freaking like seamless job. Like,
yo, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just had to say,
interrupt, my friend. If that's the way you're gonna interrupt, like interrupt with style, interrupt with grace and elegance. I mean, that is, ooh, man, hats off to you. One Matic to my finest interruptee over here. But just to finish off the thought, like we need these companies to take a bet on us. Right? Like that's what it comes down to. That's why the integration with Polygon Labs and Immutable X is going to be massive, right? Because again, as these organizations build, as they continue to grow, as people are onboarded effectively, there's going to be a big push for us to continue to believe in them, right? Onboarding us internally, that's great, but also let's talk about how we get these people onboarded from the real world and they see the value that we're presenting here as well. One person I want to throw to you really quickly, and Beast first, I know I saw your hand up, and we'll get to you in a second. We have Avi up here, and he's over at Boonland Games. Boonland Games has had a ton of success in the direction of onboarding, in the direction of community activation. And they've really made it a goal to ensure that these processes are seamless and stay engaging at the exact same time. So, Abby, I want to throw it over to you really quick. Just see if you have any thoughts on this, what the direction of you all taking, and how you've continued to have success.
I'll never forget also Boomland just gate kept me from my mint. But hey, yeah, Abby, let's go over to you.
No, we don't discuss that. That was about 6.5 years ago. That never happened. That was my AI version. Okay, it wasn't me. But Boomland has tried to keep it, as fair as possible, whilst not limiting the access for players. We are trying to build a free-to-play game, which is also more premium via NFTs as well. So, Sansa, we are accessible to everyone, including you. But sometimes you just have to get in touch with Abby instead of AI.bh, so just got to make sure for that next time. But no, we've launched our game last Thursday. We've seen incredible success in the past in terms of mint numbers on Magic Eden, in terms of active wallets on Dap Radar, and token number of token holders, etc. And beyond that, like pretty much all of our NFT holders has converted into first-time players, and our retention numbers, which I think is going out tomorrow in terms of a 1-week recap, are pretty insane for what we expected and have achieved so far. Our volume's been pretty good on Magic Eden, climbing up the ranks. But I think overall, how we want to build a sustainable game is by delivering a product before monetizing off our community, which is why we had a free mint, which is why we launched the game before we decided to do anything else. And we wanted to have the build ready, which is why we've been able to accomplish a variety of different numbers across all of the metrics which are important to us by taking this approach. And now we're looking to optimize a couple of new features to improve the overall process and to be able to onboard more people to the entire Web3 gaming industry by making a seamless onboarding experience. And with that, we're waiting for and working very closely with the Polygon devs, with the Supernets, and also with our own systems architecture team of how we can onboard Web2 and begin Web2 user acquisition as soon as possible so that we can shoot up Polygon's daily active addresses, which from a stat I saw earlier today is currently at 900K new daily active addresses created on Polygon and about 300K daily active users on Polygon, which is just some additional information for the weather report as well.
Awesome stuff, man. And I appreciate you giving those details because I feel like we need to, number one, we always shine light on our builders out here, right? Everyone knows that. Like that's our main priority as a show is to make sure that people understand the value that you all are bringing to the table. But then it's like a massive proof of concept, right? To have people that have done the work, that have people that have had trials and errors and wins and losses and all those things. And then also, Abby, to have somebody like you, boots on the ground. I mean, this man is moving weight out here, fam. I'm not going to talk about his bags. I never talk about another man's bags out here, fam. Never talk about another man's job. Never talk about another man's bags. But what Abby does do really effectively is he communicates and he's out here for the people. Really, really providing this awesome value for all of us so that, again, other people can come on, other people can understand that there's a growth aspect to this. And always stays consistent out here, man. And Abby and I have been people that have got to know each other the last few weeks really well. And just excited to continue to grow and continue to shake out, how we make this ecosystem happen. And the last thing I want to talk about growth here. Right. Obviously, we can talk about it in the gaming direction. We can talk about it in the greater scheme of the world direction. Right. But, we got this guy named Metaverse Johnny up here, man. And I got to highlight what Johnny has done over the last 6 to 8 months with the Magic Eden Launchpad. Bringing the freaking vibes for our creators, the resources, the people have really been longing for a good way to grow effectively. And that's what Magic Eden and the Launchpad is doing. And now Johnny is going to he just announced something pretty cool as far as what he's going to be doing next. Head of ecosystems over on the Polygon Launchpad. I mean, it's a great W for our entire Purple family. but also it's freaking earned, man. This guy has been in the trenches longer than I've been out here. Everyone, Chuck and jokes around calling me the Poly God. This guy is like the Poly Mount Olympus. Like he's Poly Zeus. You know what I mean? Like whatever is above that. And so, Johnny, man, how you feeling? What are the vibes? Tell me about what your goals are. I want to dive into it.
Yo, what's up? No, sorry, overcome with emotions right now. No, I mean, I'm definitely not the Pauly Zeus. I'm just like, I'm the average Joe, just like everybody else. I got some great opportunities along the way, and was able to do well under them. Right? I think in life, you don't always get opportunities, right? It just doesn't happen. But when you do get the opportunities, you have to seize them. You have to take that moment and not crumble under the pressure. And thankfully, I really credit a lot of that success to the broader Polygon ecosystem. It's been very welcoming and supportive throughout the way. And dude, it's amazing. And yeah, like just a little quick dive on kind of the role itself and what I'm expected to do and what I will be doing. I don't want to take the whole space over, but yeah, basically like it's kind of overseeing how we're doing on a business development and marketing front in regards to the projects and community itself. And also relaying a lot of what the community is saying from a product standpoint. As everybody knows, like, I started hosting GM Polygon to be very tight and close to the community. And that's a great way to kind of get the community's mind on, where we're at with products, where we're at in the market as a whole, and tailor our efforts to making sure the community feels heard. At the end of the day, like that is your consumer and that is who pushes you forward. And yeah, I guess like close, like near-term goals, like I've said a million times, this was Polygon summer. It's still heating up. And I think August is going to be a huge time for us. Extremely excited for a lot of things on the Magic Eden front. We're expanding our team greatly and doubling down on our bets at Polygon. I think there's been a lot of questions which are warranted, right? How much are we doubling down on Polygon? How serious are we? And it's hard for people to see that when you have like 4 different chains that you're doing a lot of different things on, right? But Polygon is very much a big role for us. And expanding from a developmental standpoint, marketing standpoint, business standpoint. I'm just going to cater to that community and really excited and plan some cool incentives that hopefully Abby likes and get those things cooked up here soon as well.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. I will say, Johnny, like I just get so inspired by the people around all of us. You know what I mean? And I know that's how you feel too, right? You have the goals of growing this ecosystem organically, of giving back to our humans who have been with you for a while. And again, that's why I give so much love to Polygon and Magic Eden and all these people out here grinding for us, because it's the Web3 ideals for me. You know what I mean? We want our people to find avenues for growth. And when you have a chain that's accessible, it's not expensive to build on, it's very visible, and then you have teams like Magic Eden jumping in and really pushing so hard to ensure that these people can't have success. Because Magic Eden's more than just a marketplace. Magic Eden's more than a launch pad. There's a culture here, right? Like there's a huge portion of who they are being out there and grinding. Chris just threw up a massive freaking, he can't talk about these things at the same time, Chris. It's crazy.
I told you. He just loves to do that.
He threw up a BZC for you on the stream, Johnny. So you got to keep these entities separate. Chris, come on. Rules and regulations. But no, honestly, like that's the grind though, right? That's the Web3 ideals for me. And that's why we're all out here building in the way that we do, because it's just the most effective. And at the end of the day, dude, like it feels so much better. A slow grind where you earned it and then you feel at the end of it that you've achieved something great and you look around and all the people are still with you, man. That must feel so freaking beautiful, dude. And I can't wait for all the wins that you're going to have, that we're going to have, that all of us are going to have as a collective ecosystem. So hats off to you, brother. I know we got Abby coming up here. Sans.
Hey, yo, and real quick, I just want to highlight, like, that cowboy hat, that's culture. That's a win right there. Look at the Jumbotron. Like, look at Johnny, bro. Like, that's a different type of drip. Like, he built different. But, yeah, no, back to you, big no.
He didn't call himself the Web3 cowboy for nothing. Go ahead, Sansa.
I hate how much of a delay there is with the spaces. Like he was saying that, and then it finally showed up on the Jumbotron. I'm just like, fucking A, man. Like I can Daddy Elon please get Cedar, I guess is what we're calling it. The XEETER. It's work in progress. Work in progress. You know, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect.
Nah, bro, relax. Because, you know, X Spaces is a new platform. We just got started. You know.
Can't wait to film our first X video. Really looking forward to that.
Hey, yo.
Look, I'm just going with the terminology here, the new terminology now. So I'm just saying. But anyway, back to you, Big No.
Yeah, for sure. I want to give Abby a chance to probably just give Johnny more digital flowers. No, I'm just kidding. His hand's up, so we want to hit the hands for sure. I do have a little bit of a Matic minute for us. It'll be super brief, just 2 or 3 different things I want to highlight that are happening in our ecosystem in the next few days. But yeah, Abby, take my mic.
No, you're completely right. I want to give Johnny some digital flowers. I remember back in the day when he was a intern, and I told him that some of his copy was fucking dreadful, and he did not take that lightly. And now he's the general manager of Polygon, and that's I know I said that in a way that seems a little bit not so serious, but that's just a very inspiring journey for someone who's been building on Polygon for 3 to 4 years, and someone who took my feedback not personally but action on it, and now is like one of the best well, he's no longer an intern, but was able to grow the Magic Eden on Polygon Launchpad and Twitter account to the scale which he did in such a fast amount of time. And it's, you know, it's noticeable that the volume which we see on Polygon and the speed of Magic Eden on Polygon having as comparing to, you know, Bitcoin, it had that really upward trend because of the momentum and eyeballs on it. But I think with Polygon, it's seen continual growth that's very stable over that period of time. And I think that comes down to Johnny, and I've spoken to him very, very regularly, and he's done 5, 6, 7 positions as once. So I think it's just a logical next step from him to be fired from intern and now having to do other stuff. So can't look at it as a promotion, but that he's just fired from being the intern because he's too lazy to write copy, and I've had to write like 3 or 4 Magic Eden tweets, but we don't say that.
That is true. That's like actually a true thing. He's probably written more tweets that have hit the algorithm than I have for Magic Eden. Being an intern was not my calling, but no, I appreciate digital flowers. That it's dope. It's dope. It's dope. Next step is to try to get the freaking beans on Polygon. It's the next step. It's the next goal. I got you, Shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Johnny's been utilizing Chat Abi for a long time now, and none of us knew it. You know what I mean? None of us knew it. So congratulations on being the mind working the puppet behind the scenes. I really appreciate that. Johnny, I'm sure he'll take that 10% cut from the salary. That's very appreciated as well, because somebody has to pump our Pluto bag. I'm just kidding. No, more likely though, it's gonna just help our ecosystem. And everyone understates, like, because Polygon was very undervalued for a long time, people that were utilizing their own smart contracts and their own websites, the level of trust is hard, right? That's what it is, because there were so many issues on that front. And what Magic Eden provides, it's a seamless way to make sure that you build a little bit extra trust. You get some marketing value out of it. And they're also not, like, guys, we talk about the Polygon Launchpad. They're on every launchpad. It's ETH, it's Solana, it's BTC. They have a ton of volume on all of them. So, like, it's going to be this really ever-evolving place that you can understand that the growth will be there and it can potentially help us all, right? So kudos to the team, obviously, Johnny. They're making the right decision. I'm excited to watch you grow and continue to thrive here, man. You've done so much good for us already, man. Just wait. We're just getting started out here, baby. I can't wait. I know all this. Every single burner on the stove is on for Johnny, and eventually he's going to need some more sous chefs in the kitchen because it's getting overwhelming. But with that being said, Sans, I know your mic came off, and then we got to kick it over to M. Mark, who I've seen you sniffing around these Polygon spaces recently, M. Mark. I want to get your vibes up here. Go ahead.
I'll be honest, like,
well, go ahead, Shotgun. Go ahead. I'll let you go first.
No, he's probably just here because, you know, Dup and Big Neil, they created this whole like Polygon cabal, and I know they're up to something. And I don't know. I just feel like M. Mark knows something that we don't.
I agree. I think there's a little something cooking in the Polygon land that we. If you guys are like, what the fuck is Polygon? If I have to spell it out for you, then I can't help you, and I can't. You can't be spoon fed at every moment in life. Okay. Just a reminder. I can't do math. 50 minutes in. Bottom right hand corner. Retweet the spaces. Show some love in the comments. We'll retweet you. We'll show you some love too. Big No does have Emphathematic Minute coming up soon. But we got 2 hands up. Dup was flying over from Polygon to make sure he could raise his hand properly. The service over there is not so great. He was you said it this time, not me. But look, let's throw it over to M Mark since he had his hand up. Then we'll throw it over to Dup. M Mark, I'm happy to see that you're here this time. What's good?
Yo, what's up? What's good? What's going on? Sansa, Shotgun. Every time Shotgun on mute, he's got the vibes. He's got the energy. So, like, he inspires me because usually when I'm mute, I'm usually like, yo, what's up? He said, but like Shotgun, he has the vibes. So, like, I'm trying to take notes from that. So, what's good? Yeah, first up, there's a cabal. I want in on the cabal, Dup. Like, you never told, like, Dup, I thought we were homies. We've talked, like, several times, and you never even let me on the cabal. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't even think we're friends anymore. But
yeah. Dup is judging you right now with that look that he's got on his face.
Yeah. I raised my hand because everyone was giving flowers to Johnny, and I'm like, you know what? Why not give flowers to Johnny? We spoke yesterday, and he has changed my life. Johnny. Thank you for the Lambo you brought me the other day because, like, the cops came around because I was in your mansion and the cops came around and were like, yo, where did you get the Lambo from? And I was like, oh, it's from my homie Johnny, and they let it slide. So, like, yo, thank you so much, man. And also, like, Polygon, having Johnny, I think it's a big W. He's the director of vibes of Polygon right now, if you ask me. He rules Polygon. Like, forget Sandeep, forget everyone else. Johnny, that's Polygon. When you think Polygon, you think Johnny. So, yeah, big ups, Johnny. Let's fucking go.
I mean, it's all deserved, man. Again, I say it a lot. It's because of the work being put in is going to feel that much better when you have success. And honestly, like, who could we ask as a better person to be here as a steward for our blockchain? Man, Johnny does a lot. He brings those vibes. The energy's solid, but also he wants to make sure that we commit to our builders out here. His thought process. I mean, when Johnny and I jump on calls, it's about how do we make sure that our people have resources? How do one-of-one artists get love? How do we make sure that nobody gets left behind from the OG class all the way up to the new people, man? So, okay, we're going to sell at the flower shop here in a second. So Sansa needs to take my mic, and then we need to throw over this
I was just about to say, we need to stop fucking mangling this flower shop. Johnny has got all the flowers in Good Morning Polygon earlier today. My man was screaming. He was screaming out of so much excitement.
Mike said, forget Sandeep. Like, that's the level of clap my man's getting.
I'm just saying, like, you would think that something else was happening. It felt like he was hot micing. All of a sudden I'd be like, oh my God, I can't wait. And I'm just like, Johnny, I know I'm a speaker, but are you hot micing? What, are you okay? He was just really excited. And you know what? There's not a lot of people that you see get excited for that. But don't worry, I'm not giving more flowers. I'm stopping right here. I kind of started giving the flowers, and then I said, nah, I'm going to take that right back. So, Johnny, shout out to you, though, real quick anyway. Sounds like you and I might need to get on a call, but that's for the DMs. That's for the DMs. Let's go ahead and slide it on over to Dup, the judgmental dino you never knew you needed in your life. Dup, what's good?
What up? I'm just here for my Polana boys. Us. We have a tight union. Us, Big Nell, and I would say Johnny, and then we cut it off there. So I don't find us adding any more people because it is a pretty tight cabal. Maybe Abby a little bit, but he got banned for a day, so I don't know if we can add him.
Wait, Dup, I don't get a game.
Fuck no, you don't get to join.
Fucking hell, bro.
How many Polygon NFTs you own over there, M Mark? All right, we gotta get more of those.
I got like 2 Polygon NFTs.
You got to get to at least 69 for the culture.
Polygon has NFTs now?
Wajda, if you come off mute one more time, I'm gonna kick your ass so far off this goddamn stage.
Yo, Big Neil, Big Neil, if you want me to get 69 NFTs, I can do it right now. It probably costs around $2. Yeah, this one can go.
Yeah, it's gonna take $2 in fees to bridge over your freaking silly tokens from whatever silly blockchain you're on over to my blockchain. Then you can hang out with us. Okay, sorry, the cool kids table gets really hot.
Whoa,
really
wait,
full.
hey, no, we don't gotta.
It's
he's
a
from
joke.
Polana.
I didn't know where he's from.
We're supposed to be the Polana boys and over here dropping bombs on us.
I thought he was working from USD. Honestly, I'm just making sure my boy isn't holding on.
I mean, I don't think he has any USD. He's pretty stable poor. I've seen the wallets. But I will say, no, like us lawsuit boys have to stick together. So, I mean,
100% though.
Keep that in mind. But I do love that we're just giving flowers to Johnny on the Polygon shot. You know, there's so many other things going on, and he is unequivocally the king of Polygon.
No, I love that you mentioned that, though.
We have Mints coming up. We have Running Pops doing their thing. We have Pluto dropping the reveal. And we're talking about Johnny and giving him flowers. That just shows he may have more pull than Sandeep.
Yo, Dup, we need you to tell us what's up. Because I'll be honest, like, I ain't cooking in Solana or Polygon like you are. So you better drop the alpha. I mean, you hold on.
Hold on.
Claim. Hold on. That's not a big claim. You saying you're not cooking on. You have nothing to cook, King. The fridge is empty. The fridge is empty. You have nothing to cook. I've seen the wallets.
They share the alpha. Why you gatekeeping between you and Big Neil?
I've seen the Wallace never fucking gets old, bro. Every time I know Dup's gonna show up with that, it never gets fucking old. It's because he has a different delivery every single time. And that's why we love Dup. You want to hear more from Dup? Come through tomorrow for our Solana shot, which I will be posting some point in the next couple hours, by the way. Quick little shameless plug-in. But I had something I was going to say. Oh, I'm going to clip this part and I'm going to go ahead and send it to Sandeep. Going to let him know what the deal is, you know. Let him know that Johnny's showing up a little bit more than he
Tell
is.
Sandeep that I love him.
Just a giggle.
It's not like that. I'm not trying to cut the host off, bro, but I do not want any.
Well, Johnny, it sounds like you're trying to take over as the head of Polygon. So I don't know. It kind of feels like you're setting yourself up really well for a mutiny here. But hey, I get it. You know, I've seen it happen. I've never been part of one. You know, I'm loyal to a fault, unfortunately. But hey, it's okay. It happens. I'm just kidding. This is all a joke. All this is satire. Relax to our master lord Sandeep and Daddy Elon. We're fine. We love you. Stay where you are. Don't touch us, please. Bottom right hand corner. Let's retweet the space. Show some love in the comments, as per the usual. I just got the.
You just called two grown men daddy. I could
no. That's your perspective. That's your perspective. Yeah. Well, you know, you got to know your audience. I just got the, you know, Stop Doing That next single by Big Neil. So we're going to go ahead and just stop doing that. I got David 10X saying Johnny is the president of POL, Polana, as we all now are finding out today. So shout out to Johnny for becoming the president of Polana. I'm having a hard time saying it for whatever reason. But look, Big Neil's got the Matic Minute. Let's go ahead and pass it off to him. Let's do that as a quick little intermission here, and then we can all go ahead and raise our hand back up. I do want to give a quick shout out to Running Pop, who is still here. I remember when they were starting out. I remember when they reached out in the beginning. My DMs got buried, and we faded that, unfortunately. Not because we wanted to, but because my man Shotgun DM'd me once. And then I was like, I'm traveling. You take care of it. And then we never followed up. So, hey, it's all good. We're working on it now. But look, let's pass it off to Big Neil. Shotgun has his hand up, though. Shotgun, you ready?
Big Neil, you ready?
I've never been more ready in my life, King.
This is the Matic Minute by Big Neil.
What up, Polygon ecosystem? Our entire goal out here is to ensure that you stay up to date each and every day with what's going on and who is building in the most effective ways possible. And we got a lot of cool things cooking, as always. Like I said, the burners are on. We're tossing stuff in the microwave. We're unlocking the oven, man. It's too much of a mess out here. We need to figure out how to get more sous chefs in the kitchen. But regardless of that, we're going to keep things rocking and rolling and obviously taking care of all of our people out here in Polygon. The few things I want to highlight here today, and Dub did allude to this as well. The Pluto Misfits reveal, right? It's going to be in stages. There's going to be multiple things that go into this reveal. And so it's going to be a little bit of a sneak peek under what you have, rarity level, all those things included. So if you're in the Pluto experience, if you've been staking, if you've been diving in deep with what they're building, feel free to check up on the Discord. Make sure you're using some smart links. There's been a ton of issues with fake Pluto accounts, fake Vi accounts, fake all this stuff, right? So make sure that you be smart about the way that you are diving into the ecosystem itself, because with the hype that Pluto is bringing, there's going to be some issues that come across the table here as well. The second thing I like to highlight is today is actually the mint of, or I guess the drop, we'll call it, of the Gen 4 of Reddit avatars. For those of you who've been living under a rock for the last year, Reddit has done an amazing way of onboarding our community, or onboarding more people into our community by building, by providing more value, also just integrating really well because it's all on chain. They're bringing karma on chain. They're doing a lot of different ways. The custodial wallets they opened up, over 6 million Reddit wallets were opened up during these processes. And the best part about it is they give love directly back to their artists, right? So people like Fatty Bags, people like Tyler Faust, people like Penguin, all these humans are building in a very unique way to ensure that we continue to build that bridge between Web 2 and Web 3, and they see more value. And the real quick way that they see value is when somebody's on a Reddit thread and they say, dude, you know your PFP is worth like a $1.5 grand. And they go, hold the phone. What do you mean this little thing that I put up here is worth $1.5 grand? And then they're totally screwed. It is what it is at that point. They get too involved. So that's the other highlight I want to say. The last highlight that we have here today is tomorrow. We do have the Space Skellies mint, which will be going live on the Magic Eden Launchpad. Space Skellies and the team has been a really, really visible overall. EJ was on the Polygon shot last week, highlighting a lot of cool things that they're doing between the different types of packs you'll be able to actually mint. So it's going to be spaceships, different rarity tiers of spaceships. And kind of like back in the day with Pokemon cards, you're able to either unlock those spaceships or just kind of leave them there. And those kind of build at their own separate rarity levels, right? Because some people like the idea of an unopened pack. Some people want to see that pack revealed and actually what's inside of it. So they're doing some very cool things in the gaming direction. EJ, like I said, always working hard for our ecosystem. So that will be live here tomorrow. Those are the three highlights I like to bring in the Matic Minute here today. Appreciate each and every one of you for seeing the value in this purple ecosystem, because again, it is for builders, it's for creators, it's for those who want to dive in deep with the technology. And that's what we live each and every day in Polygon. So thank you all.
God damn! My man just showed up. And we got two hands up. And Chill Pill is here. Oh my God, guys, behave. Chill Pill's here. I don't know if you know him, but he's somewhat of a legend. By somewhat, I mean, Shotgun, you are slacking right now, man. That's totally on you. I don't know how to make a cortado. I know you do, so you need to hurry the fuck up. But yeah, Shotgun's looking around, looking left and right. He's like, fuck. Where do I go? So
dude, I can't even stretch. Sons are calling me out. That's crazy.
No, but real quick, we got two hands up. I want to go to them. I want to give them a chance to talk. Because Big Neil just gave the Matic Minute. I want to do it while it's fresh in their heads, and then we'll start throwing it around the room, see where we're at. We got about 30 minutes before we start wrapping the space up, so a good chunk of time. Again, if you want to request to come up speak, you got some. I think we got a spot or two open. Let's throw it over to Senior real quick, and then we'll throw it over to Hobby. Senior, what's good?
Sons, man, I was just listening to the Pluto guy. Is this related to the BitBoy Pluto Alliance peoples, or is this like something new?
Pluto Misfits.
Pluto Misfits. Okay. And does he know that no one cares about rarity in this space? Man, I used to be that guy. I used to be the back holder of rare NFTs, and then every time they would rug, they would be like, "Oh, just submit your NFTs and you get a new one." I was like, "Cool. Well, I got some rare ones. Does it matter?" They're like, "No, it never freaking mattered." But on another note, I was gonna say, you said you need to put the beans on Polygon NFTs or whatever. Why don't you put some rice NFTs on Polygon? That way they can have some rivals.
You know what? He has a good point. He has a good point with that. The second point, I'm not sure I agree with, because people in Polygon care about rarity. I'm going to be honest, right? But no, in all seriousness, Senior, I want to say that there's, it's been a joke running with Shotgun for a while that the purple beans need to come over. We need to integrate. And that's kind of our goal long term for people on the east side, Solana side, a lot of different places to see what the value is in Polygon a lot. Last week alone, we did have an open edition mint that went live. It was with the Dented Fields and Cryptoon Goons World, right? Two very significant Ethereum brands that were out there. Cryptoon Goons, I know a little bit more about specifically. They got high-level fashion in Urban Outfitters. They have a partnership with DraftKings. Like, it was pretty massive, right? The art was super unique too, and they minted over 2,500 of these open edition pieces in, I believe it was 48 hours, right? So there is this value prop that a lot of people are looking at right now of how do we utilize this certain blockchain in the right direction. And because there's so many interactions that a lot of these people are thinking about building in the gaming direction and the how do they integrate well, they're seeing Polygon as the efficient way to do so. So I think it makes a lot of sense. You're bringing up a lot of good points here, man, and I appreciate you giving your shot here and hanging out with the Polygon people for a day.
I think the whole rarity versus multiple floors thing is an interesting discussion actually, and I don't think it's a specific blockchain thing. I think it's just a collector versus trader perspective, right? And or maybe I should say, maybe I should include a third one, which is kind of like content creator branding perspective, right? That's for me personally, my Zuki technically not really rare, but it's not really floor, right? I know a lot of people make jokes about it and whatnot, but like it's technically, it's got soar, so that's it's kind of pushed in the quote unquote uncommon category. But I don't care about that. I just care about how it looks, and I care that the color contrast is there. It's not just completely one color on my PFP. Like, to me, that matters as a content creator because I'm trying to.
Sansa, you made that PFP rare. In my opinion, I didn't even know that was a comment till you just said it, but because you've been rocking it, you've been
to me.
yeah. Okay. Let's relax. My point is really that I think traders, unless they decide to dabble in the collector or content creator perspective, there's no real reason for traders to do it unless somehow that particular project or business is prioritizing categories. Galaxy Fight Club might be a really good example. If anyone remembers, they had different tiers. They literally had common, uncommon, rare, legend, mythic, or whatever, right? So like you literally had the tiers broken down, and so there was clearly different floors for each one. I think when you don't have that, that's where it gets a little muddled in, and I actually really like this discussion, but we can keep it on the back burner for now, so we can keep the hands rolling, and I don't have to fucking monologue for the rest of the space. So, Senior, I appreciate you for bringing it up, though. But let's throw it over.
One more thing, real quick. Is it cheaper? Is it cheaper to right now? Is it cheaper to launch like a 10K on Polygon than it is on Solana, or are they around the same price?
Where'd Dub go? It's probably very similar. I mean, so it really is like whatever you're looking for is how you want to interact, right? So I think the similarities are going to be there as far as pricing, but the scalability is going to be something that you want to consider as well. Like, what will your project actually do? If you want it EVM compatible, if you want it touching on the different growths of Ethereum, and you want it to be having some like different like the scalability factors that really come down to it on Polygon is everyone talks about transaction speed on Solana, right? It is faster than Polygon. We can understand that. But with the way that 2.0 is building, bringing these things off chain and batching all the transactions is going to be one of those things that is undervalued until it matters a lot, right? Like, and what I mean by that is when you consider gaming, when you consider interactions, when you consider transactions of Starbucks for all of their rewards programs, these are going to be very heavy, right? Transactions. And having fast transactions is great. I think Solana is a great thing in that direction. They do some innovative stuff there. But I think because of the way that they're batched and how you can bring them off chain, efficiently take care of them, bring them back on chain, it's not going to bog down the network. That's the next evolution for things. So it really depends on what your project is really going to do. As far as launching, it's about even Stevens at this point, I would say.
There you go. There you go. I honestly just feel like I could at any point in time. I don't need Google. I have Big Nil. I could just text him. I'd be like, Big Nil, what's the thing? What's the thing going on here? And he'll just fucking. And you know what? He'll probably even include the amount of time that it took for him.
It's called
to type out the
Maximus
message.
GPT.
There you go. Maximus GPT version. I don't know what generation it is, but we'll just say version 4. Just to go with along,
Everyone's learning my first name now, and like that's chill. I like that. But everyone calls me Nil in real life too, so I have a big old imposter syndrome.
I blame Shotgun for that. I blame Shotgun for that. Just I'm throwing him under the bus.
Nah, I'm sorry. Like one of these days, Big Neil hopped into a call and I saw the name Maximus down there. And now every time that I look at him, I don't see Big Neil anymore. I just see Maximus. So I had.
All right. Now, Shotgun, you have to dox your name. Let's hear your name so we can.
Bro, my name is literally on my handle. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was pretty sure your name was Shotgun. That's on the birth certificate. Because that's not ridiculous. So I think we're gonna have to dox this man who thinks his name is Shotgun because it's not his actual name.
Yeah. Obviously, everyone knows mine. At least sometimes I just say it's Al, and people are like, Al, your name is Al, and I'm just like, yes. My whole life has been Al. For the last 33 fucking years, I have never pretended that my full name is Sansa. Although I am getting to the point where my niece, who's 20 years old, she's like, hey, Sansa, what's good? I'm like, oh my God, it's spreading.
It's called mass
adoption. We're onboarding. What'd you say, Shotgun?
I said it's called mass adoption.
Yeah, mass adoption. That's it. But look, Abby, you're next. Let's throw it over to you real quick. What you got?
Yeah, I just revealed my Pluto Misfits. How do I unreveal? Anyone got any ideas? I need some help.
Wait. You know what's funny? I feel like a lot of projects could be taking notes from the way Moonbirds have been doing their Mythics reveal. I don't know if anyone. I know this technically is a Polygon, but it's kind of related to the joke that Abby just made, right? If you, Big Nail, do you know about this, by the way?
About the Moonbirds thing? I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, the Moonbirds Mythics and how they're doing their reveal process. So you can reveal, I think Moonbirds holders got airdrop. I'm not completely informed, so don't take everything I say completely accurate, but I have the gist of it, which is essentially that you get to choose, depending on the rarity type of egg that you have, 3. You get to choose out of 3 which one you want to keep. And the other 2, I believe, get sent to like the fucking gulag, essentially, right? I'm sure there's something cool coming later for that. But this might be like, I said it yesterday, I was like, I can't believe I'm saying this live on Spaces, but this might be something that like gets people excited about, like Moonbirds, period. Like it got me excited. The only thing I'm disappointed is that I'm broke and I can't afford to play, but I would love to. But point being is that I think that's really cool. And Abby, I'm sure you would feel better if you at least were able to pick out of 3 options before you actually reveal. What did you say?
I mean, as long as there's volume, I'm happy. As long as there's volume and there's more than 8 people.
I thought you were here for the art.
Bro, I'm here for the art, not the fucking DNA. I'm not a scientist. I didn't study biology to come. Bro, yeah, I'm here for the art. I'm not here to fucking play chess to figure out how to reveal and unreveal. I mean, I don't know if I can unreveal, but I don't have rare DNA, and I'm not a scientist to figure out how I can get rare DNA. So I don't know. I'm probably just going to hold this to 0 at this point. I've given up, and they haven't even revealed.
Well, you know, my favorite thing to do is if I end up having just some Matic or ETH in my wallet, I like to sell it or insta-floor it and take that and maybe re-up it just a little bit for something that I actually like. You know, so that's my logic, but I don't, and not everyone goes by that logic. Big Neil, I see you like shaking your head up and down. That's something you like to do?
No, I was answering a DM. I'll be really honest with you, Sansa. So I was looking at somebody saying,
"Damn it, you had one job. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We're
We're streaming
100% of the time. I lose track in your mind. I'm just kidding.
I know. I'm just messing. This has been the biggest. I don't want to say fault with streaming, but like we're used to multitasking behind the screen on Spaces, right? And I don't want anyone to bullshit me. I know Chill Pill's on the same page as me. I know the rest of you are on the same page as me. You know, it's that we're used to like answering DMs. We're used to checking out Discord DMs. We're used to emails, whatever it is, right? We're used to scheduling shit out. And when you're on stream, it's like, you better be looking at the fucking camera or else smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. And that's the whole idea. But like, you know, obviously within your personality, if you're not someone that would normally do that, then don't fucking do that. But just treat it as if you have a person in front of you and you know, you're in the room with fucking 65 other people and you just, you know, you're waving to other people, right? Which, by the way, all of you are pathetic. Only 26 of you retweeted the room and there's 65 of you in here. Can we like at least get to 40? Like 40 plus, please, for the love of God. So yeah, let's do that real quick. You can take it back later. I don't care about, you know, I retweeted it at midnight. I don't give a fuck about that. I care if you retweet it now. We care about the discoverability of it now. So that being said, Cece, before I throw it over to you, kind of want to check in with Chopil. You know, this is someone who's been extremely patient with me at every step of the way. Has brought me into the creators ecosystem. And even though I don't ask, he spoon feeds me. He really does. And honestly, I feel a little special. Although, let's be honest, he's probably doing that with like, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 other people. My man
You're
is
my only one, Sansa. I don't do that with anyone.
I bet you say that to all your micro influencers, baby.
No,
But anyway.
you are special. Jesus. You're my favorite.
Phil, how you doing today, my man? How are you?
Dude, I'm awesome. Today was a really busy day for us, and we actually are going to be live on Spaces in a while. I think maybe an hour, because we launched our new token standard with the white paper. So yeah, like developers are asking me questions right now, and I'm like, no. I am not the one that's gonna answer that. Like, wait for our dev to come and speak the same language as you. I don't speak that language. But yeah, other than that, super excited. I don't like X. I think we're all going to zero with Elon. And I'm afraid we're going to lose our jobs and our lives. And like, I'm going to go back to like gambling. But like, that's on, you know, second plan.
Yeah. I mean, the obvious next step is gambling. If this all goes to zero, not, you know, finding a job and trying to find a stable income at all.
You know what, Sansa? WAB. You know WAB, right? Does anyone not know WAB? Then why the fuck?
I don't know him.
All right, yeah, obviously you're royalty. Like he should know you. But this is the thing. Wab had a tweet like a day ago or something like that. Let me find. I just want to read it to you guys because I felt like the guy like nailed it. I think this is what everyone needs to hear right now. And even though it was a tweet that sounded like more or less like a joke, I think it's true. So he says, so it turns out product market fit does exist in crypto. It just happens to be permissionless gambling on hamster races. You guys know what he's talking about, right?
Yeah, I saw that, but then I also saw, I don't know if it was before or after, that it came out that they were essentially rigging their races, I guess.
They were rigging the hamsters races?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dude.
I'll try to look for that, but yeah, I think they ended up getting found out on that.
God, I had so much hope because of that.
Did they like put them on steroids?
Dude, I was really hopeful. I actually thought that's gonna be like the revival of the bull market and the space, and we're all just gonna be on Spaces live betting on fucking hamsters. I was excited.
Well,
Bro, how do we even rig that? Like, you give cocaine to some of the hamsters?
Let me stop. Let me explain real quick because we literally only have like 10 minutes, so I want to speed this along. When I say they rigged it, I really mean they like kind of recycled the footage, I guess, or they recycled almost like the same races. Like, you know what I mean? Like obviously it would be.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like basically. Yeah. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. That's what I heard. So.
Yeah, for anyone who like did like dogs races and shit like that, and you've heard your friends that got their hands on the recording and they know who's gonna win, that was a lie. But I guess in this case it's true. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. I think that's a big issue with online betting is that not everyone can read code, not everyone can do that, not everyone can do this, and so not that we should have to, but just kind of like what the fuck, should I really do this or should I? Go ahead.
I think like that's what it was so appealing to me, man. Like I actually thought that this is our way of like gambling here, even though we're all like gamblers, and you see even crypto gambling is huge and a lot of people do that. But this, like, I feel like this could be our thing, like something we come up with. Like I was already seeing hamsters like wearing merch and like racing for Azuki and like man, I'm disappointed. You ruined my dream, Sansa.
I ruined your dreams or I saved your money. Which one really, Chill. Now you can save your $5 to deploy on the next shitcoin, Chill. I got you.
Who bets $5 here, man? People bet 5 each.
I bet 5 pennies.
It's a Polygon space, okay?
I know what you're gonna say, Sansa. Okay, you're gonna have to bet a lot of Matic to equivalent that. So let's just chill out with that. I saw it coming bubbling out on this goddamn stream, Sansa.
I actually was not going to say that, but I'm so glad that you brought it up. And now you just given me a new execution route of how I can deliver jokes. So I appreciate that. See, this is why I have Big Nils co-host. Again, he just feeds me the jokes and the delivery every single time. But look, we have 5-6 minutes left before we start doing closing remarks and wrapping this up, because we all have a hard stop at 1. We got some shit to do. We got some shit to build. We got some shit to fucking get ready and finalize and launch in the next few weeks. You all already know if you don't already know. But Cece, let's throw it down to you, and then we're going to start wrapping this up.
Oh my God, I had so much to say. Then you cut me down to like 3 minutes. So I'm looking at your live stream on Twitter and I'm like, dance monkeys, fucking dance. So thank you for that. And I wanted to talk about gaming because you guys are rocking the gaming vibe. And metaverse gaming is ramping up. I don't know if you guys know, but Decentraland just closed out their game jam. They had a community open call basically. And the developers were prompted to create a dreamlike interactive experience using SDK7. And they had to use AI, and it was really, really cool. And it was deployed in world. So you can actually go and play these games from these developers who are like brand new, straight out the gate. And Decentraland did this with Polygon, so it's built on Polygon. And these games are really fun, and there's lots of like cool prizes that they can win to really like kick off their careers. And I thought it was a really cool initiative by the Decentraland DAO, which is a decentralized organization for these gamers who are like one-of-one, builders. And some of these were one-man teams, and they are still super incredible. And Polygon helped, provide the platform for that. And that's not something we talked about today. You guys need to talk about the metaverse. I mean, it is decentralized, and Polygon is a really big, how do you say it? Like a really good helping hand for building on these like virtual worlds. And it also creates a really cool opportunity for instant utility. You can like build these worlds for these characters that are all like your PFPs. And you can create some really cool sort of backstory and richness and history. And then you're starting to get kids into the game a little bit, because that's the future. Long story short, I just wanted to put my 2 cents in about what's going on in the metaverse gaming world. So thanks for letting me steal your time.
CC, number 1, never stealing my time. It's only borrowed. And you always do such a CC, everyone thinks I have all this information somewhere. I'm just learning it from you all. I'm just sitting there being a freaking absorbent purple sponge so that I can transmit it back. And you know that the metaverse specifically, I will say, DeFi and the metaverse, two things that I need more experience in. And I'm always getting that information from you because you're the metaverse queen, girl. You know how you function in that ecosystem. She's out here making moves for people because that is honestly for me what kind of broke the third wall with the metaverse for me was this is the natural progression of social media. Right now, we're in this own little Twitter metaverse thing. We're hanging out. We're doing our thing right now, and we have these PFPs. The natural next step for us is to be together, rocking and rolling. Shotgun's flexing the Charmander around. Yeah, but it's the next natural step because it's that next level of engagement. It's that next level of actually being able to have these real life conversations and feel like you're experiencing these things together. So it's not going to happen overnight, but if we really build these things effectively, we talk about them more, and then we see the next few steps for our kids in the future. That's how these people are operating. Everyone knows that like the global economy is done digitally now, right? It's Amazon, it's all these different shipping companies, and then all of our kids already. I don't have kids yet. Goddamn, 90 days away. Everyone hold their breath. But they're already like doing all these transactions, quote unquote, in things like Roblox, in things like Fortnite. That will happen, and that's the way that they will want to engage in their economy, right? When they're making the money moves and the decisions. Right now, they're stealing their parents' credit cards and they're, sliding underneath the door a little bit, right? But eventually, it'll come to the fruition where these things actually have a huge value for us because that'll be the way that we engage on multiple different levels. Is what I want to see. So thank you for highlighting that, Cece. I appreciate each and every one of you. Obviously, today we will be wrapping up in about 5 minutes as the Polygon shot does have a hard cap here at 1 p.m. In a perfect world, in a perfect metaverse, I'd be able to hang out with you all day long and just vibe and just kick it and just make sure we provide this value. Maybe one day soon, maybe one day eventually. I don't know. We're going to figure it out slowly, but all I know is we're doing it together and we're all here for the same exact core values, which continues to motivate me to push as hard as I do. I appreciate you all for coming out here today. Sansa, what else you got for the family?
I got absolutely fucking nothing. I'm ready to wrap this up. I know you guys aren't used to hearing that. You're like, wow, Sansa's talked out. No. I just know when it's time to end. And also because we've been running fucking 40 to 50 minutes over for the last 20 to 30 spaces. And it's so refreshing to finally end on time. And so that way Chris still likes me because that was always the plan, was 90 minutes.
Sansa, but I see some hands up,
Where? Oh, sorry.
Payson.
You're the last hand up. We're going to wrap this up. You got 1 minute.
Bro, Chris Payson, real quick. I just have to say it for the people that are not on stream. Chris just look at me like with a death stare when I say, we have a hand up. But don't worry. Payson, please.
Yeah, Jim, I just got in. Anyway, Sansa space is actually the first space I want. I want something, so I'm always bullish on anything Polygon. And seeing my good friends on top of the stage, I just say, let me come and say hi to you guys. And it's actually been great building alongside you guys, and you people are doing great. I'm seeing a lot of great people in the audience. So I just came to hang out and say, well done. I'm always here, so pushing P, always.
Hell yeah, Payson. Again, you've been an integral part of this growth, man. There's many different ways to do it, but keeping the vibes real, growing effectively, talking about the builds, that's a long-term grind for all of us, and you're playing your role so effectively, boss. Again, I talk about this a lot. There's no one right way to do this, but if we all make it a goal to all have these effective roles and positions we're playing, it's going to be straight love, man, and we're going to continue to have this Purple Wade ride. No doubt about it in my mind. We did also just bring up the Space Skellies. EJ, I want you to know, I already pumped your bags for tomorrow, bro. I'm so excited for the mint, obviously. These evil skellies, bro, they're going to be so beautiful, and you're doing something so freaking unique, and you've been out here grinding with us for so long. EJ, you have 35 seconds, and you can talk.
Oh, my God,
hey,
30 seconds.
Okay. Nil, thank you. That's all I got to say. Thank you to all of you guys. I really enjoyed getting to hear you guys over the I don't always step up to talk. I just want to say thank you to you individuals and the panelists and anyone out there spreading good vibes and not being negative. I think you definitely deserve just a pat on the back for being here. But that's all I got to say. I don't want to pump my bags right now. If you want information, just come to our Discord. But that's it. And sorry, Shotgun, what's up?
Yo, I just have to say.
Hold on. Wow. I passed the mic. No, but thank you, Skelly. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you for staying under the 45-second mark. That was good, solid, positive, nice and strong. Shotgun. Go ahead,
bro. Like the pride of this guy is built different. Like he gotta pass the mic. That's crazy. That's crazy. But just a quick reminder, today's Wednesday. Polygon shot, and does it ring a bell? Beans Day, motherfucker! Yes, sir. We'll be going live later on tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Beans Day Spaces. I think this is the 3rd or the 4th. Yep. So if you're down for some Beans vibes, even if you're not in the community, we still welcome you with open arms. If you are, even better, come on, show what you're building with your IP, come vibe, come share some good energy. That's really what it's all about. We out there, we go live usually for like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, something around there. And we're just vibing. We have a lot of people from the garden coming in and sharing like products and stuff that they're building with the Azuki and Beans IP. So really cool stuff. If you guys don't mind, I'll be pinning up the reminder above. And of course, my good old, this is the Espresso Shot. We go live every day, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, all the way to 1 p.m. And tomorrow we'll be back with the Solana Shot. You guys already know. Sansa is doing the cut sign to me, telling me to shut the fuck up.
It down.